So, imagine someone asks you a question in English.
Okay.
You hear their words, you understand them, you even know the answer,
Right.
but suddenly your brain just, well, it completely stops.
Oh, yeah, that feeling.
Yeah. You enter this like silent, awkward space. You stand there, the other person looks at you.
And they are just waiting.
Exactly, they are waiting, and you are sweating a little bit.
For sure.
So, why does our brain do this to us? And more importantly, how do we shut that internal translator off?
That is the big question.
Welcome to the deep dive, everyone. I'm so glad you are here with us today. We are going to explore this very common, very frustrating problem.
Because every single person who learns a new language knows this feeling.
They really do.
It is a universal feeling.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it is not a good feeling. You feel stuck.
Totally stuck.
I am very happy we are talking about this today. We spent a lot of time researching this topic. We organized the best, the most practical ideas we could find. We want to help you take control of your English. We want you to feel confident.
Yeah. So I started looking into this problem last month. I really wanted to know why that awkward pause happens.
What did you find?
Well, I found out that your brain is actually trying to protect you.
Protect you. How?
Yeah. So your brain likes what is safe. Your native language is safe. It is easy.
That makes sense.
So when you hear English, your brain panics a little bit. It quickly translates the English into your native language to feel safe.
Ah, I see.
Then it builds your answer in your native language. And finally, it tries to change that answer back into English.
Wow. That is exactly what happens.
Right.
Your brain is doing a massive amount of work in a very short time. I mean, it is taking 3 full steps just to say one simple sentence.
And it takes so much time.
It really does.
While your brain is doing all that heavy lifting, the real world keeps moving. The person you were talking to is just waiting.
And the silence stretches out.
Yes. It feels like a very long time, even if it is only like 3 seconds.
3 seconds can feel like an hour.
Totally. And sometimes the other person gets tired of waiting and just keeps talking.
Yeah.
I found a great way to describe this exact feeling during my research.
Oh,
It feels like trying to catch up to a train that's already left the station.
I love that phrase. It paints a perfect picture.
Right.
Let's think about what that means for a moment.
Mm.
Catch up to a train that's already left the station.
Okay, let's break it down.
Imagine you are running into a train station. You have your bag, you have your ticket.
We were ready to go.
You need to get on that train.
Yeah.
But as you run onto the platform, you see the back of the train.
Oh, no.
It is already moving down the tracks. It is gone. You are running, but you cannot reach it. You missed it.
It is the worst feeling. You are running, but it is useless.
Yes. In our lives, the conversation is that train.
Ah, I see.
A real English conversation moves very fast.
Yeah.
People speak quickly. They jump from one idea to the next.
They really do.
So if you stop to translate words in your head, you are standing still on the platform.
And the conversation keeps moving forward.
Exactly. By the time you finally translate your perfect English sentence, the other person is talking about something completely different.
You missed your chance to speak.
You missed the train.
I have missed that train so many times in my life. I just stand there holding my ticket, which is, my translated sentence, and I have nowhere to go.
We all have.
But I have good news. When I studied this, I found a method that is a real game changer for language learners.
A game changer. That is a great word for our listeners to know.
It is a strong word.
Think about a game like football or chess. You play it the same way for years.
Right.
Then someone brings in a new rule or a new tool. Suddenly the whole game is different.
It changes everything.
It is easier or it is more fun. That new thing is a game changer. It completely changes how you experience the activity.
Exactly. Stopping the translation process in your head is a total game changer.
It really is.
It changes everything about how you speak. You stop being a slow, nervous translator. You become a fast, active speaker.
You get on the train.
You ride the train. So how do we actually do this? How do we stop the brain from translating?
That is the big secret.
I found a clear path. We have to start with the outside world first. We have to change what our eyes see every day.
That makes perfect sense. The brain reacts to the environment around it.
Right.
If your environment is entirely in your native language, your brain will stay in your native language. We must fix the outside space before we can fix the inside of your mind.
So let's talk about changing your physical space. This is the very first step I found.
Okay, physical space.
You need to turn your house, your apartment, or like your bedroom into a place where English lives.
How do we do that?
I studied a great simple method for this. It is labeling the objects around you.
Labeling objects. It sounds almost too simple, but it is incredibly effective.
I thought it sounded too simple too, but I tried it.
What did you do?
Here's what I did. I went to the store and bought sticky notes. I wrote the English name of an object on a note, and I stuck it right on the object.
Give me an example.
Well, I walked into my bathroom, I took a sticky note, wrote the word mirror on it, and put it right on the glass of my mirror.
So every time you look at yourself, you see the word.
Yes, every single morning. I wake up, I am tired, my eyes are half closed.
We all know that feeling.
I walk into the bathroom to wash my face. I look up, and right there, next to my face, is the English word mirror.
That is fantastic.
I don't sit down at a desk. I don't open a textbook. I just see it.
This is a beautiful example of passive studying.
Passive studying. I like the sound of that. It sounds like I don't have to work hard.
That is exactly what it means. Active studying is hard work.
Right, like being in school.
You sit in a chair, you read a grammar book, you take a test, you use a lot of brain energy.
That is exhausting.
Passive studying is the opposite.
Yeah.
You learn without even trying. You are just living your normal life.
Living my life.
You are cooking, you are cleaning, you are brushing your teeth. But because the English words are all around you, your eyes see them.
My brain takes them in.
Exactly. Every time you open the refrigerator, you see the word refrigerator. You get a drink, you see the word cup.
But I have to push back a little bit here. I thought about this when I was putting the notes up.
Okay, what is your concern?
If I put yellow sticky notes all over my kitchen, won't my eyes just get used to them? Won't I just stop seeing them after 3 or 4 days? They will just become background noise?
That is a very smart concern.
Yeah.
Yes, after a few days, you will not stare at the notes anymore. They will just blend into the room.
So doesn't that defeat the purpose?
No, actually, that is the secret of why this works. The goal is not to study the piece of paper. The paper is just a bridge.
A bridge.
The real goal is to directly connect the physical object to the English word with nothing in between.
Oh, cut out the middleman, basically?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Think about how you used to do it.
Ah,
You look at a cup. Your brain thinks of your native word for cup.
right,
Then your brain searches a mental dictionary for the English translation.
right.
Then it finds cup.
Too many steps.
By putting the label right on the object, you break that old habit. You feel the cold cup in your hand. You drink water from it.
And my eyes see the letters C-U-P.
You completely remove your native language from the process. English becomes a natural part of your morning routine.
Wow.
You see the thing, you know the English word, so no translation happens.
Okay, I see. So even if I am not actively reading the note, my brain is still building a direct road between the physical object and the English word.
A direct road.
Exactly. The native language is pushed out of the way. That is brilliant. It saves the brain so much energy.
It does.
But as I looked around my house, I realized something else.
What is that?
I don't stare at my mirror all day long. I don't look at my kitchen table all day long. There is one object that I look at way more than anything else in my life.
I am going to guess it is a small, glowing rectangle in your pocket.
You guessed it. My phone.
Always the phone.
We all look at our phones hundreds of times a day. We wake up, we check the phone, we go to sleep, we check the phone.
Yeah.
So I found that we must bring English into this digital space.
This is a vital step for living in the modern world. You cannot change your physical house and ignore your digital house.
Right. So I discovered that changing the language settings on your phone is a massive help.
It is huge.
You go into your settings, you find the language menu, you switch it from your native language to English.
And you don't stop there.
No.
Yeah.
You do it for your social media apps, you do it for your email, you can even change your smart TV to English.
When you do this, you are creating what I like to call a mini immersion.
Mini immersion. Let's break that down. Immersion is a big concept in language learning.
It is. True immersion means you are completely surrounded by water, going deep under the surface.
Like swimming.
Yes. In language, immersion means you move to a country like England or Australia.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, you hear English.
The street signs are in English.
The people speak English.
Yeah.
You have no choice but to use it.
But we can't all just buy a plane ticket and move to London. That is expensive and hard.
Exactly. That is why we use a mini immersion. Mini means small.
Okay.
By changing your phone and your TV to English, you build a tiny English world right inside your own hands.
I love that. A tiny world.
You surround your eyes with English every single time you look at a screen. You are bringing the foreign country into your living room.
And what I noticed when I changed my phone settings is that it really forces you to act. You can't just be passive anymore.
Yes, it forces you to navigate your daily life in English.
Navigate.
Navigate is a great word here.
Yeah.
Think about driving a car in a city you do not know.
Okay.
You have to navigate the streets, you have to look at the map, find the right road, and turn at the right time to reach your home.
Yeah.
You are finding your way.
I am terrible at navigating in a car. I always get lost.
Well, we also navigate our phones. You have to find your way through menus.
That's true.
You want to post a picture, so you have to find the camera app. You want to read a message, so you navigate to your inbox.
Right.
If your phone is in English, you must navigate using English words. You can't rely on your native language to guide you.
It is so true. Within 2 days, I learned so many new technology words.
Like what?
Words like settings, save, delete, share, forward, and reply. I didn't study them, I just had to click them to get what I wanted.
It forces your brain to connect the English word directly to the action.
Yes, but I do have a serious warning about this tip. I found this warning in my research and I experienced it myself.
A warning. That is good to share. People need to know the risks.
The warning is this: do not change everything at once.
Ah, yes.
Do not wake up on a Saturday morning and change your phone, your laptop, your tablet, your TV, and all your smart home devices to English at the exact same time.
I strongly agree with that warning. If you change every single screen in your life on the same day, it becomes overwhelming.
It really does. It feels terrible.
Overwhelming is an important feeling to understand.
How would you explain it?
It means something is just too big, too difficult, or too heavy for you to carry. Imagine someone tosses a small ball to you. You catch it easily, no problem.
Right.
Now imagine someone throws 50 balls at you at the exact same second.
Oh, wow.
You can't catch them. They hit you, they fall on the floor, you feel stressed and confused. That is overwhelming.
That is exactly how it feels. If you change all your screens to English today, you will need to find an important email for work and you won't know where the search button is.
You will get frustrated.
You will feel stressed out. You might even get angry and switch everything back to your native language. We don't want that.
We absolutely do not want that. Language learning should not make you angry. It should be a positive challenge.
So my advice is to go slow. Start with just one app.
Yes.
Maybe take your favorite social media app, the one you use for fun. Change just that one app to English today. Use it for a week.
That is very smart.
When that feels normal and easy, then change your phone's main settings. Take it one small step at a time so you don't get overwhelmed.
That is a very wise approach. Protect your peace while you learn.
Okay, so let's look at where we are. We have changed the outside world. We have sticky notes in our kitchen. We have English menus on our phones.
We are completely surrounded by a mini immersion.
Now, we have to look inside. We have to change how our brain actually builds thoughts.
This is the turning point. When your outside world is in English, your brain will slowly start to generate small English thoughts.
It is a very exciting transition.
It really is exciting. But I found a huge trap waiting for people right here.
Yeah.
A trap that stops almost everyone.
What is the trap?
The trap is perfection.
Perfection.
Yes. When people first start trying to think in English, they try to be perfect. They try to use big, beautiful, complex sentences.
Ah, yes. The desire to sound intelligent. This is a very common trap.
I do it too. I think to myself, I'm a smart adult. I want my English thoughts to sound like a smart adult.
You all do that.
We worry about grammar rules. We try to remember big vocabulary words. But my research shows we need to completely stop doing that.
Stop entirely.
Yes. We need to drop our ego. We need to use simple building blocks.
Building blocks. Like a child playing with wooden toys.
Yes. When a child builds a house, they don't start with a complex roof. They start with one square block.
Just one block.
Then they put another square block on top. That is how we must build our thoughts. We must use simple sentences in our minds.
This is truly the secret to early success.
Let me give you some examples of what I mean. Imagine you are walking down the street to go to work. You are waiting for the bus.
Okay, waiting for the bus.
You look at your watch. You don't need to build a big, complicated thought in your head.
Like what?
You don't need to think, oh dear, the large yellow transport vehicle is running quite behind its scheduled arrival time this morning.
No, absolutely not. That is exhausting just to listen to.
Exactly. It takes too much energy. Instead, you just use your simple blocks. You just think, bus is late.
3 simple words?
Bus is late.
Perfect. Let's explore more examples of this so our listeners can really feel the difference.
Okay.
Imagine you are sitting at your desk. Your stomach makes a loud noise. You want food. Do not build a big sentence.
Right. Do not think, my body requires nutrition soon. Just think, I am hungry.
Or imagine you look out the window, you see a car drive by. Just think, I see a red car.
You open your refrigerator. There's no milk for your coffee. Just think, I need milk. Or buy milk.
Buy milk. So simple. But I have to ask, why?
Why what?
Why is it so important to sound like a child in our own heads? Why do we have to use these tiny building blocks?
Because if we try to do more, we overcomplicate the process.
Overcomplicate.
Overcomplicate is a dangerous thing in language learning.
Okay.
Over means too much. Complicate means to make something difficult or confusing.
Makes sense.
When you overcomplicate something, you take an easy job and you make it incredibly hard.
Oh, I see.
If you try to think in long, perfect grammar, your brain has to work too hard. It gets tired quickly. You feel frustrated.
And when the brain gets frustrated, what does it do?
It runs back to safety. It runs back to translating from your native language.
Wow. Okay, so trying to be perfect actually forces you back into the translation trap. Yes, it pushes you right back to where you started. To avoid that, we must keep our thoughts straightforward.
Straightforward. I love that word.
It is a great image.
Yeah.
Imagine walking down a road. If a road has many sharp turns, hills, and confusing signs, it is complicated.
You have to think hard to drive on it.
But if a road is perfectly straight, flat, and clear, you just drive forward. It is easy, it is direct, it is straightforward.
Right.
Keeping your thoughts straightforward stops your brain from getting tired.
I am hungry is a straightforward thought. It uses almost zero energy.
And here is the most amazing thing I discovered when I read about this.
What is that?
You don't have to force yourself to stay at this basic level forever. You don't have to worry that you will sound like a child for the rest of your life.
No, nature takes care of that for you.
Yes. Over time, if you keep using these simple building blocks, your brain will naturally start making the sentences longer. It happens without you even trying.
That is how the human brain acquires language. Exactly. Once the brain feels completely safe and relaxed with the simple blocks, it gets a little braver.
It slowly adds more words.
Your simple thought, I see a red car, will naturally become, I see a fast red car.
And then?
A week later, it might become, I see a fast red car driving away. You don't study those longer sentences. They just grow on their own because the foundation is strong.
It is like planting a seed. You just water it with simple thoughts, and the complex sentences grow naturally.
Beautifully said.
Now, I want to take this idea of simple thoughts and connect it to how we communicate with others.
Okay.
If you can build simple thoughts in your head, you can share those simple thoughts in writing. I found that texting your friends or posting short comments on social media in English is the perfect bridge.
Texting is an incredibly powerful tool for this stage of learning.
I came up with an analogy for this. I realized that texting is basically speaking, but with a pause button.
A pause button. That is a very accurate way to look at it.
Think about it. When you speak to a real person face to face, you can't hit a pause button on the world. The train is moving.
Right. The clock is ticking.
If they ask you a question, you have to answer right now. But texting is different. Your friend sends you a message, your phone beeps, you read the message,
And then?
Well, nothing happens. The world pauses.
Yeah.
You can wait a minute. You can wait 5 minutes. You have time to build your simple blocks.
Yes, texting gives you the ultimate luxury. Time. Because you have time, texting is much less intimidating than speaking out loud.
Intimidating is a strong feeling.
It is. When something is intimidating, it makes you feel small, nervous, and a little bit scared.
Like what?
Standing on a large stage and singing a song in front of 1,000 strangers is intimidating. Your hands shake.
That is terrifying.
For a language learner, speaking face-to-face with a fast native speaker is highly intimidating. You feel pressure, you sweat, your mind goes blank.
I definitely get sweaty hands when I have to speak a new language to a stranger.
But when you are
When I am texting, I am just sitting on my sofa in my pajamas. It is not intimidating at all. No one is looking at my face.
Exactly. The fear is gone. And because it is not intimidating, your brain stays relaxed.
Right.
You can take your time to build your sentence. You can think, okay, my friend asked what I want for dinner. I am hungry. I want pizza. You type it out slowly.
You can even open a dictionary app to check a word if you need to.
And what makes it so great is that it's totally practical.
Practical is the key to lasting habits.
If something is practical, It means it is actually useful in your real everyday life.
Like reading a thick book about the history of boats might be interesting, but it is not practical if you just want to buy groceries.
Texting is highly practical. I already text people every single day.
If you just switch some of those texts to English, it fits perfectly into the life you already live. You don't need extra time in your day to practice.
And the best part, the more you text, the faster your thumbs move, the faster your brain pulls up the English words.
Eventually, your text replies become almost instant. You start texting like a pro.
Okay, let's take a breath. Look how far we have come.
We have changed our environment. We changed our phone. We learned to think in simple blocks. We are texting our friends without fear.
But now we face the biggest challenge.
The transition from typing to actually using your voice.
Yes. Eventually, you have to open your mouth and make sounds.
But we just said that talking to native speakers is intimidating. It makes us sweat.
Oh, we do.
We need a way to practice speaking out loud without the fear. So I looked for the safest, most patient person in the world to practice with.
And who did you find?
I found you. Not you, the expert, but you, the listener. I found that the absolute best person to practice speaking with is yourself.
Talking to yourself. I know some listeners are laughing right now. They think they will look crazy.
I know. I felt totally crazy when I first tried it. But I promise, this is an amazing method. I started talking out loud to myself while I was doing mundane tasks around my house.
Let's explain what we mean by mundane tasks. Mundane means ordinary, normal, and honestly a little bit boring. These are the chores you do every day without thinking.
Like sweeping.
Sweeping the floor is a mundane task. Folding your clean shirts is a mundane task. Washing dirty dishes is a mundane task.
Exactly. I picked cooking dinner. Cooking is a very mundane task for me. I stood alone in my kitchen. I made sure no one else was in the room.
That is important.
I picked up a big knife. I looked at the vegetables, and I opened my mouth and used my real voice. I said out loud, "Now I chop the onions."
Wow.
Then I walked over to the stove. I looked at the pot. I said out loud, "I need to boil the water."
You were the narrator of your own cooking show.
I was. Welcome to my kitchen. And it was actually really fun. I tried it again the next day when I was driving to work.
Driving alone is perfect for this.
It is. I looked out the window. I saw a lot of cars. I said out loud, "Traffic is very heavy today." A sports car drove past me quickly. I said out loud, "That red car is moving fast."
This is a brilliant exercise, and the psychology behind it is fascinating.
Fox.
When we talk to ourselves like this, we call it self-talk. Self-talk creates the ultimate safe space for your brain.
Why does it feel so safe?
Because there is absolutely zero judgment. Your brain has an alarm system.
An alarm system.
When you talk to a stranger, the alarm system is active. It worries, what if I make a mistake? Will they laugh at me? Will they think I am stupid?
Oh, I hate that feeling.
But when you use self-talk alone in your car, the alarm system turns off. Who is going to laugh at you? The steering wheel? The onions?
No one is listening.
You cannot fail. If you use the wrong verb tense, it does not matter. If you forget a word, you just laugh and keep driving.
That makes total sense. I felt zero stress in my car. My alarm system was definitely turned off.
And when the alarm system is off, your brain is free to experiment. Practicing this self-talk helps you learn a crucial skill, how to think on your feet.
Think on your feet. That is a fun phrase.
It is a great image. Imagine you are sitting back in a deep, soft chair, feeling very lazy. Someone throws a ball to you.
I drop it.
You cannot catch it because you are not ready. But if you are standing up, light on your feet, knees bent, you are alert. You are ready to move in any direction.
Right.
To think on your feet means you can react quickly to new situations.
Yeah.
You can make fast decisions without needing a long time to prepare.
Oh, I see. So when I am driving and I suddenly see a dog run across the street, I have to instantly find the English words, "Look at the dog." I am practicing speed.
Yes. By talking out loud while you cook or drive, you are training your brain to generate English sounds quickly, in real time.
Wow.
You are building speed in a safe environment. You are learning to think on your feet.
So that when I finally stand in front of a real person, my brain already knows how to move fast. I will not miss the train.
Exactly.
Now, while I was researching how to use my voice, I also found a great way to use my hands to help my brain. I found that we need to track our activities.
Tracking activities. You mean writing down what happens in your day?
Yes. Keeping a diary, writing a journal, or even just making a simple to-do list for the morning.
I love to-do lists.
I tried this too. Before, I would write my daily list in my native language, but I switched. I took a piece of paper and a pen. I wrote in English, buy apples, call the bank, wash the car.
This is a fantastic daily habit. When you write quick notes like that, you are jotting down your plans.
Jotting down. How is that different from regular writing?
To jot down means to write something very quickly, just to save the memory. You do not sit down to write a beautiful poem or a long essay.
Right. It is fast.
You write fast.
Right.
You jot down a friend's phone number on a napkin. You jot down a grocery list. It is fast, casual writing.
Then why is jotting down a to-do list so helpful for my English?
Because the physical act of writing is highly impactful for memory.
Impactful.
Impactful means it causes a big, powerful change. Think about a meteor hitting the Earth. That is a massive impact. It changes the ground.
Okay.
If a study habit is impactful, it means it creates a strong, positive change in your brain.
So holding a pen and paper makes a bigger impact than just typing on my phone.
Studies show that, yes, writing by hand is very powerful. It helps to reinforce the words you are learning.
Reinforce. That sounds like building something.
Exactly. To reinforce means to make something stronger and more solid.
Echo wall.
Imagine you are building a wall out of bricks. If you just put the bricks on top of each other, the wall is weak. The wind could blow it down.
Right.
But if you put strong, wet cement between every single brick, you reinforce the wall. It becomes solid. It will not fall.
So how does writing reinforce my English?
Think about the word apple. You look at the sticky note in your kitchen and you read the word apple. That is one brick.
Okay.
You use self-talk and you say the word apple out loud. That is a second brick.
And then?
Then you sit down and you write the word apple on your to-do list. The physical feeling of the pen moving in your hand acts like the cement. It reinforces the word. It locks it into your brain so you never forget it.
I love that. Read it, say it, write it, you lock it in.
It is very powerful.
And I found another amazing benefit to keeping a notebook of your daily lists. When you write things down, you create a history of your progress.
Ah, yes.
I looked back at a list I wrote 3 weeks ago. My English was so basic back then, but my list from today was much better. I could actually see with my own eyes that I was improving.
It gives you physical proof that your hard work is paying off. That keeps you motivated to continue.
It really does. It feels great. Okay, we are entering the final stage of our journey. This is the deepest part of the deep dive.
We are moving from the physical world into the pure imagination.
Yes. Self-talk and to-do lists are great for the present moment. They help you talk about what you're doing right now.
I'm chopping onions.
I'm buying apples. But humans are complex. We don't just live in the present. We worry about the future. We remember the past.
Very true.
I realize that if we truly want to stop translating, we have to learn how to dream, plan, and remember in English too.
This is an advanced skill, but it is where true magic happens.
I studied a fascinating technique for this. It is called visualization.
Visualization. Visual refers to your eyes and what you see.
Right.
So visualization means creating a clear, bright picture inside your mind. Your actual eyes might be closed, but your brain is watching a movie.
I see.
You can see the colors, hear the sounds, and feel the emotions of a place all inside your head.
Yes. Let me give you a specific example of how to use this. Imagine you are sitting in a busy cafe. You are drinking a cup of coffee.
Okay, I have the cafe.
You are completely silent. No one knows what you were doing, but inside your mind, you are using visualization. You look around the room, and you silently tell yourself the story of the cafe in English.
Wow.
You make the words in your head match the pictures your eyes see. You think, I'm drinking hot coffee. The barista behind the counter is smiling. A man in a blue coat just walked in the door.
This is a wonderful exercise. What you are doing here is actively processing thoughts.
Processing thoughts. Let's break that down.
To process something means to take raw, messy material and organize it into something clean and useful.
Like a factory.
Think about a factory that processes wool into clean shirts. Your eyes take in raw material. Light, columns, movement in the cafe.
Right.
When you actively describe that scene in English inside your head, you're processing your thoughts. You're taking the messy visual world and organizing it using English rules.
It feels like a silent movie playing in my head, but I am writing the subtitles in English.
That is a perfect way to describe it.
But the coolest part I found is that you can use visualization to travel in time. You can go to the future. You can do a mental rehearsal.
Mental rehearsal is one of the most powerful tools for success in any field.
Let's explain it. Mental means inside the mind. Rehearsal is a practice session.
Think about a group of actors in a theater. They don't just walk on stage on opening night and guess what to say.
They would fail.
They spend weeks doing a rehearsal. They practice every line, every step, until it is perfect. A mental rehearsal is doing that exact same practice, but entirely inside your imagination.
You practice an event before it happens in real life? This is so useful for language learners. Imagine you have a big meeting at work tomorrow. You know your boss is going to ask you questions in English. You are feeling nervous.
Very nervous.
Tonight, before you go to sleep, you close your eyes. You do a mental rehearsal. You picture the meeting room. You picture your boss's face.
Okay.
You imagine him asking the question, and then in your mind, you practice your English answer. You try different words. You find the best sentence.
And the beauty of this is that the brain is easily tricked.
Tricked? How?
Studies in psychology show that the brain doesn't really know the difference between a vivid imagination and real life.
Really?
When you clearly imagine speaking English in that meeting, your brain builds the exact same neural pathways as if you actually spoke the words out loud.
Wait, really? So my brain thinks I already did the meeting successfully?
Yes. This is why professional athletes use mental rehearsal.
Like a basketball player.
A famous basketball player will sit in the locker room with their eyes closed. They will imagine throwing the ball perfectly into the net 100 times. They feel the weight of the ball. They hear the crowd. When they finally walk onto the real court, their brain says, "Oh, I know how to do this. I just did it 100 times."
That is incredible. And if my brain thinks I already survived the English meeting, I won't feel as scared tomorrow.
Exactly. Mental rehearsal directly boosts your confidence.
Boosts your confidence. I want that.
To boost means to lift something up, to give it extra power, like a rocket boosting a spaceship into the sky.
Right.
Confidence is that strong, warm feeling when you trust yourself. You know you can handle a challenge.
I see.
When you practice the conversation in your mind first, it boosts your confidence. Your fear goes down and your power goes up. You walk into the real meeting ready to speak.
And you can also use this to travel to the past.
Oh, that is interesting.
I tried this yesterday. I had a conversation in English with a shop owner. I made a stupid grammar mistake. I felt embarrassed.
We all make mistakes.
Usually, I just feel bad about it all day. But this time, I used mental rehearsal. I closed my eyes. I went back to the shop in my mind. I played the conversation again.
And what did you do?
But this time, I imagined myself saying the perfect English sentence. I fixed the past in my mind.
That is a fantastic way to turn a mistake into a learning victory. You replace the negative memory with a positive, corrected pathway.
So if I do all of these things, like the sticky notes, the texts, the self-talk, the mental rehearsal, will I finally reach the goal? Will I stop translating forever?
Yes, you will.
Yeah.
This is the path to true fluency.
Fluency. The holy grail.
Fluency is a beautiful word. It comes from the idea of flowing, like a wide river.
A river.
Water in a river doesn't stop and start. It doesn't pause to think about where to go. It just flows smoothly over the rocks.
Right.
When you achieve English fluency, your words flow out of your mouth smoothly. There is no awkward pause. There is no internal translation blocking the river. You just speak.
That is what every single person listening to us wants. To just let the words flow. But what is the secret ingredient? How do we guarantee we get there?
There is only one secret ingredient, and it is the hardest part. The secret is consistency.
Consistency. Doing it every day.
Yes. Consistency means showing up and doing the same action day after day, week after week, without stopping.
That sounds hard.
You cannot put sticky notes up on Monday, take them down on Tuesday, and expect to learn. You cannot do a mental rehearsal once a month and expect confidence. You need to keep your phone in English consistently. You need to talk to yourself in the car consistently.
It sounds like a lot of work.
It is work at first. But if you maintain that consistency, an amazing shift happens in your brain. Thinking in English stops being hard work. It becomes second nature.
Second nature. I use that phrase, but let's explain what it actually means.
Your first nature consists of the things you do automatically, just because you are a human being. Breathing. Blinking your eyes. Pulling your hand away from a hot fire.
I don't think about breathing.
You never have to think, okay, brain, time to breathe now. It just happens.
Right.
Second nature is a skill that you learned, but you practiced it so consistently that your brain now treats it like breathing.
Like driving.
Think about driving a car. The very first time you drove, it was terrifying. You had to look at your feet, look at the steering wheel, check the mirrors.
I was so scared.
But after 5 years of consistent driving, what happens? You drive all the way to work, listening to music, and you don't even remember the drive. Your hands and feet just did it automatically. Driving became second nature.
Oh, wow. So if I keep doing these simple steps, one day, thinking in English won't feel like studying anymore. My brain will just do it the same way my feet know how to press the brakes on my car.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It'll become second nature to look at a cup and think, cup. You will not even realize you're doing it.
That feels like a dream. But how will I know it is happening? Will I just wake up one morning with a brilliant English brain?
No, it's not like a light switch. You have to pay close attention to the subtle changes. Subtle means very small, very quiet, and easy to miss if you are not looking closely. A loud scream is not subtle. A tiny whisper is subtle.
Okay, a whisper.
The changes in your brain will be subtle. You might be making dinner and you will suddenly realize, wait, I just thought I need salt and I didn't translate it.
Oh, wow.
Or you might wake up from a deep sleep and realize, wow, the people in my dream were speaking English. These are subtle moments, but they are huge victories. They prove the method is working.
I love the idea of watching for those subtle moments. It makes the journey exciting. Wow. We have really covered so much ground today.
We have.
We started by looking at that terrible translation delay, trying to catch the train that is already gone.
And we found a way to get on the train.
We did. We started by changing our physical environment. We used sticky notes to label our objects, creating a space for passive studying so our eyes could learn without effort.
Right.
We changed the language on our phones to English for a mini immersion, forcing ourselves to navigate our digital world in a new way.
We fixed the outside world this inside world could change.
Then we tackled the inside world. We learned that ego is our enemy. We stopped trying to build complex sentences.
Yes.
We decided to use simple, straightforward building blocks for our thoughts, like, I am hungry. We found that texting friends is a practical, safe way to practice, using our phones as a pause button to reduce the intimidating feeling of speaking.
And then we found our voice.
Yes. We started talking out loud to ourselves while doing mundane tasks like driving or cooking. We enjoyed the safe, judgment-free zone of self-talk to train our brains to think on our feet.
And the writing.
We also grabbed a pen and paper, jotting down our to-do lists in English to physically reinforce our memory and track our progress.
And finally, we became time travelers.
We used the power of visualization. We silently narrated cafes and rooms in our minds, processing our thoughts directly into English. We used mental rehearsal to practice stressful meetings before they happened, tricking our brains to boost our confidence. And we learned that with strict consistency, all of this hard work simply melts away and becomes second nature.
It is a profound journey from the outside environment to the deep imagination. I want to offer a final thought of encouragement to everyone listening to us today.
Please do.
Learning a language can feel lonely, but you are not alone. Millions of people are on this exact same journey right now. Please, be kind to yourself. Do not rush.
Take it slow.
Take these ideas one small step at a time so you do not get overwhelmed. Put up one sticky note today. Think one simple thought tomorrow. Stick with it, and you will be amazed at what your brain can do.
I think that is perfect advice. Be kind to yourself. Now, before we say goodbye, I want to leave you with one final, deeply interesting question.
What is the question?
Something for you to ponder while you go about your day. We talked about changing your entire world. Labeling your kitchen in English, changing your phone to English, talking to yourself in the car in English, visualizing your future in English, dreaming in English. If you do all of this, if you build an entire second reality inside your mind, does your actual personality change when you switch languages?
That is a fascinating psychological question.
It really makes you think. When you speak your native language, you have a certain humor, a certain confidence, a certain way of acting.
You do.
But when you completely immerse your brain in English and you start thinking with these simple blocks and mental rehearsals, do you become someone new? Do you feel braver? Do you feel different? Think about who you actually become when you truly think in English.
I think our listeners will discover some surprising answers to that question.
I hope they do. Thank you so much for spending your time with us on this deep dive. We hope you feel equipped and ready to shut down that internal translator for good. Happy learning, everyone. See you next time.